Hello, thanks for joining the Social Innovation Masterclass today. What is social innovation? Social innovation has many definitions, but we'll give you one. So, social innovation is the development and implementation of new ideas, products, services, and models to meet social needs and create new social relationships or collaborations. So it represents new responses of pressing social demands. Social innovation is aimed at providing human well-being. So normally these kind of innovations are innovations that are social in both their ends and their means. They are innovations that are not only for society, but also including individuals, including society, and empowering society to act. They rely on inventiveness of citizens very much. So citizens are organized in civil society organizations, associations, local communities, but also social innovations want to engage businesses and public servants and services. The public administration plays a big role in social innovation. So this type of innovation describes the entire process by which new responses to social needs are developed in order to deliver social outcomes. So it's not only about what we create, it's also on how is the process to achieve that creation, that new product, service, or model. The process is composed of four main elements. Identification of unmet social needs or deficient services. Usually, the identification comes from the civil society through participatory services, and in this case, social media normally plays a big role. Internet and social media are allowing citizens to send messages continuously to the public institutions and kind of put the attention on specific problems. So after this first identification of the problem, we need to develop new solutions in response of these social needs. So in the public sector, the development of policies used to come from experts. So it was kind of top-down. These experts were proposing tools to benefit some segments, normally the most vulnerable segments of the population, but without interacting much with the end beneficiaries in the design of the solution. So in the social innovation processes requires a deep understanding of the needs of the beneficiaries and how can we understand these needs. So we need to include these beneficiaries in the process of innovation with co-creation practices that are very common and include in the solution the views of the beneficiaries, but also other stakeholders that may be affected somehow by this innovation. Methodologies such as design thinking are used to build value propositions, so high-value solutions, putting the user at the center of this innovation process, so we can understand the beneficiary very well. Once we develop an idea, a solution for a social problem, we normally prototype it and pilot it. So once the solution is designed, before launching it, we need to prototype it in a very basic way, just to prove the concept and gather information about potential improvement. So see how people interact with this social innovation and improve the results of this with very low budget. After this process, the solution is piloted in a control group to understand in the real context how the new solution is better than the old ones. But this is still under a pilot. We are still in a control group, in a control zone. Then all this pilot is evaluated for the effectiveness of the new solution. Is it really meeting social needs? Is it working? Is it working better than the old solutions? So social innovation seeks continuous improvement. So measuring the impact is fundamental to achieve optimal stage of this innovation, to prepare it for future scale, so to make it grow, to replicate this innovation many times. So measurement can be sometimes centralized in a third party, which is playing the role of an evaluator. But the data that can be gathered also collectively using crowdsourcing techniques, thanks to the social networks and the internet users can share their views on specific topic very rapidly. So all these views are collected and the innovation can be evaluated. Only when it's actually evaluating and we realize that this innovation is actually better than what was before and is impacting better society, then we can go for the final step, which is scaling up. The result of the social innovation process, the end result, that can reach scale and be adopted by several players with the aim to maximize benefits. Scalability may be achieved by either increasing the number of users of a specific solution, but also by other actors taking this innovation and replicating this solution in different contexts and different geographies. Why not in different countries? In general, social innovation approaches are open rather than closed when it comes to knowledge sharing and the ownership of knowledge. They are multidisciplinary and integrate in the problem solving more than a single department or single profession. They try to integrate as many stakeholders as possible. As I said before, the process is participative and empowers citizens and beneficiaries of the solutions rather than users taking a top-down decision from an expert. It's also demand-led rather than supply-driven, so citizens may say what they need, express their demands, and then the innovation starts the process. Also, these type of innovations are tailored rather than mass-produced, as most of the solutions have to be adapted to very much local circumstances and personalized to individuals. So customization also is key. So social innovation is a new way to innovate, is a process, it's not only the outcome. So when you think about something, if it's or not a social innovation, just remember these kind of items that I mentioned before. Thank you for your attention.